serious here. Okay, let's make it more comfy for Jackson. Yeah. So, who just said 網老太? Okay. So okay. Okay. Anyway, so thank you for doing this.
It's my pleasure.
And I know you have done your concert in Macau. It's a great success. I was there. It was my first time seeing it in person. Love it. I think people who hasn't really met you in person don't understand how good a person you are. You are influencing a lot of people, I would say. So that's why I would love to have you on stage to tell people more about you. I know a lot of people know you.
This is Jackson Wang. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah, so I think people see you as a singer mostly, but you are way more than a singer. And I think you wanted to become more than a singer. So how can you transition yourself from an artist to entrepreneurs? Because you are also a creator. Like, what projects have you been focusing these days, and how are you being? What's your journey besides being a singer?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm Jackson Wang, and I was an athlete. For the ones who don't know me yet, a little intro about myself. I was an athlete, youth Olympian, and I was a fencer. And then from that, long story short, I pursued music afterwards, and then slowly now moving slowly into fashion. Well, to me, I think like the only thing that's different is the skill set. Yeah, in every different bubble. But I believe that it's all under this big umbrella of creating things. Yeah, so I see it this way, and that's what I've been doing. Just focusing on my own projects in those two fields, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I know you're preparing for your next tour.
Yes.
Is it gonna be a major focus right now?
Yeah, I mean, recently for the past 6 months, I've been taking a rest just to live like a human because I've been non-stop for almost more than 10 years, and a lot of passion. Sometimes, a lot of times, I feel like I'm burnt out, and it's always like a continuous loop of things. So much things happening all at once, and I just realized like a lot of the output, being authentic, and if you want to be for a good creation, it needs to come from lifestyle, and I was lacking that, so I stopped. Yeah, but I think probably for the rest of the year I'll stop and live, just to feel everything around me. For the past more than 10 years, I've been missing out a lot of like moments in my life. Yeah.
So you finally turned 30?
Stop. The people didn't.
Happy birthday, belated happy birthday.
Yes, I'm 30. Yeah, I mean, it's a new start. It's a new start.
Yeah. So I think you have been in this industry for so long. You started off in Korea, and can you tell? I mean, people won't understand how hard it is to survive in the Korea music industry, right? So how was that journey from being in Korea to back to home and then to the world?
I mean, it's different location, right? But I think the hardest part with that system was, everyone, started as trainees, and then, they move up, they evolve and elevate into getting to a stage of debut. But through the process, it's like you get tested every week, and it's super easy to get selected to enter a company and it's super easy to get eliminated. So I think it's the hardest part is just to be alive as a trainer. Yeah, so that's like, and every week, you know, even sometimes crazier. Every 2 days you get tested, right? You get evaluated on the stuff that you do. It's like getting your health report card. It's like, I mean, it's like getting that every 2 weeks. Do you have cancer or not? You know, so it's very it's just like a life with anxiety. And after 2.5 years, when you get used to it, I feel like it helps with your life on a lot of different problems. It helps a lot mentally too to overcome stress and conflicts.
So I think people all here would agree that you have made your name not only in Asia. I think you've been to Coachella twice already, being, I think, as the first Chinese singer being able to do that in consecutive years. How hard is it? Because I think a lot of companies or entrepreneurs here, they wanted to go to overseas market as well. So that's why I wanted to ask this question is like, how hard it is, or like what do you have to do to get to another stage in the world?
I don't know, man. I just sharing my own personal experience. I'm a very amateur and as an entrepreneur too. I was just focusing on what I loved. You know, I didn't really think about or strategically, intentionally think about, oh, you know what, I want to go there or this place or wherever. I was just focusing purely on what I love. And you know, sometimes it's luck. You know, sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's the right situation. I was just taking my time on doing it and not missing out any opportunities. Yeah.
Right. So, the next question is about Team Wine Design. I'm a big fan as well. I know
you're a big fan of Team Wine Design?
Yes.
Where's your Team Wine Design?
I wanted to, but
you can't do this to me, Jason.
I wear it tonight at the after party if you guys are. But yeah, so I think as a founder and creative director of Team Wine Design, you've been instrumental in elevating the Chinese culture onto a global platform. So can you elaborate a little bit on your founding vision of Team Wine Design and the future development?
Yeah, I think, you know, me and Henry, my partner, also my best friend in the whole wide world, and he's here today. And I have no idea where he is. Where is he?
All right.
Hey, can you sit properly? It's a very official. It's not your house. Yeah, I mean, I found, and we made this brand together, and honestly, the vision behind it is just to do whatever we believe in and what we want to see in the market of just purely doing what we love, you know, according to our taste, according to our just being true self. And, you know, sometimes I also think, just sharing my thought, as a newbie in this entrepreneur market, I believe it's also about decisions, right? Like if I want to make this, whether I want this to be a mass product or what's my target audience or what's a channel that I want to tap into, and then also whether you want your product to be like boutique, like the style of everything. I believe it's like decisions on what lane you choose to be racing in, and we're just doing what we believe in, we love, and we keep the same vision and thoughts along in this process. And you know, and it's hard sometimes because, you know, the society and industry that we live in now, you know, especially, you know, a lot of times you have to deal with humanity and a lot of like noise, this and that, different situations. It's very hard to focus. I think that's like one of our biggest challenge too. Yeah.
So, what is the future plan for Team Wine Design? I know you just announced a collaboration with a furniture brand,
Casino.
So, can we say that we are not only looking at a clothing brand?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's an experience. I would say, Team Wang, I believe in the future. And what's the future plan of Team Wang Design? One day, without us intentionally initiating, Jason will wear it by himself one day.
I was wearing it. My wife.
Then I believe. Oh, we made it.
Okay, my bad. Next year when Jackson, if he's coming again, I'll wear the shirt.
I love to make you feel guilty.
I know. I'm guilty for a year at least. So I would switch to a challenging questions. I think challenges for Asian artists in Western markets. Going back to the questions that I just asked. So, do you feel like it's more challenging for Asian artists to gain influence in Western markets than Western artists gaining influence in Asian markets?
Yeah, it's interesting because I view it a little differently. I think it's different location. You know, it's not about yes, a lot of times when you say it, there's East and West, and sometimes it's just like maybe here in Thailand, or here in Singapore, or here in Malaysia. It's different territory with different culture. I think it's the same thing as East and the West. It's just a different place. And when you try to connect with the people there, you gotta understand what that world is. Yeah, I mean, I think it's about also respecting it and learning it and being able to relate and connect to it. Yeah, I think that's the key.
Right. So, how can you share also your insights from the journey? Like, how can you bridge cultural gaps? I think because somehow when some certain Western media might portray us in a different way.
Yeah, I don't know about others, but at least to me, I think it's with love, with honesty. You know, sometimes people are not stupid. You know, it's not a plan that we should think about. It's not a strategic move that we should think about. It's not manufactured. I believe that it comes from the heart, and people can tell if it's fake or not. You know, so I tend to approach it with really respecting it and loving it. Yeah, because we're all humans. It's just that we're in different locations, and we grew up differently.
So, let's talk about the future. What do you envision yourself in the next 10 years?
We never know. I mean, maybe I'll get married. I have no idea.
Oh.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Someone might be saying this.
Why are you so sad?
I'm happy if you can, of course.
No, I don't know. But honestly, we don't know the future, right? But what we can do, what I can do is just focus on what we can focus on, what we can control. And that's being ourselves and focus on the lane that we're moving towards too.
So, what are your advice for entrepreneurs, investors, or just people and
honestly, like I'm in the entertainment field, and obviously, you know, I as a new entrepreneur too, I can share like what I felt was. It's very hard to focus when there's so many noise out there, you know, and sometimes, you know, choosing partner or choosing the people you work with, it's very tricky. You know, sometimes it could be, you know, it's hard, difficult because we can't expect everyone to be exactly the same as us, right? We got our dreams, but you got yours too. So, I mean, finding that true, and there's no best partner or best team, but I think there's like close to the right ones, you know, and I think don't lose that, and always remember what made you start all this. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, the reality of humanity, sometimes greed kick in, right? Sometimes money kick in, sometimes fame kicks in, popularity comes in. I just feel like all of those is bubbles. It doesn't mean anything. Tomorrow you can lose everything, and the next day you can gain back everything. So you get what I mean? So what you can control is just focus on your lane and keep it, be honest to yourself. Yeah.
So going back to the questions, when you said about remember how you started it, right?
Yeah.
So
How did I start?
I mean, for the T1 design, like what?
I just wanted to wear something I just wanted to wear clothes that I made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted to wear what I want to wear, and that was it. And with this gentleman here tonight, yeah, we just started it.
Yeah. So is it gonna be mostly black, or are you gonna have more color to?
Well, definitely not what you enjoy to wear.
Awesome. So yeah, I would say I think going back to the introduction, I think you are very influential to a lot of people, especially I think young people as well. Do you have any advice or any words of wisdom to the younger generation on how, after when they finish their university, their college, what are your advice to them?
I don't know. I mean, not advice. I would say just sharing my own story. You know, maybe you can't relate to it, but you know, I think all my life I grew up in this sport family. Both of my parents were national team athletes, and my brother used to be he played in rugby sevens, and then I was a fencer, and I did school, but I never graduated high school, and then I just went for what I love. You know, went for music, didn't know if it's gonna work out, tried my best, and luckily, you know, I debuted as a group, and then hopefully, luckily again, became a solo artist, and luckily I'm here. You know, so I think the ultimate thing was I just went for what I love, and I feel like perfection comes naturally when you're working on stuff that you love so much. Yeah.
Okay, so we usually end fireside chat with some rapid fire questions. So I'll ask you a few, so you just let us know.
What do you mean?
So just one of like 2 choices questions, okay? Or your very short answers for those questions. Like rapid fire. Five.
From yourself or what?
From me to you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will ask the easiest question first. What's your favorite color?
No, I'm good at anything. Like, you can ask me anything.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Favorite color?
Sorry, that's why I said I started with the easiest one. Okay, so what's your favorite book?
You know what's crazy? I never really read anything in my life.
Maybe
I'm just being honest. You know?
dictionary then?
I mean, you know what? Let's not get into that.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah, one. I don't know if. Damn, I'm gonna get this wrong. 5 people you meet in heaven. Is this? You remember that? Let's move on to the next question.
so what's your favorite quote?
Well, I think it's a quote not by but to me, a hero. My dad always tell me, son KT, just let it come. Is that what it is?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So what's your favorite food?
What is this, man? Wait, what's my favorite food?
To get to know you more. Yeah.
Damn, I think Da Pai Dong.
Awesome. So let's give another round of applause to our special guest.
Is that the few questions that you wanted to ask so bad? Is what your favorite color is?
The rapid fire questions, the casual ones. So, yeah, so thank you so much for jumping.